All right, welcome back to Let's Talk TV, and today we're going to talk about medication and therapy in the system. What's it like? What does it really do? Why is it always prescribed? I don't know. We're going to talk about it.
I've been running this solo. I've been on my dolo. Everybody acting like they know me, but they don't know. I've been on go-mo, never in slow-mo. I only come in second to my GoPro. Losing that's a no-no. Losing that's a, losing that's a, losing that's a no-no.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about medication and therapy in the system. So, one thing that's very abundant as far as children go in the system, there's definitely two things that are wildly prescribed to all of us. Now, the therapy, I get it, man. When you grow up dealing with the mental stability issues that you're going to deal with coming up in the system, it does work out to have a little bit of therapy on your side. But I'm going to actually tell you the drawbacks at some points of therapy, or not so much the drawbacks, but after seeing so much therapy, what that does to you. And then also medication, man. I'll be honest with you. When it comes to medication, it's the first thing they prescribe. So when you got any issue in the system, it's always, all right, let's put them on Ritalin. All right, let's put them on Adderall. All right, let's put them on, anything that's going to calm this kid down or get this kid focused, right? And don't get me wrong, I had ADHD. I definitely needed, I needed to simmer down. But those are the things that sometimes when you have a father or a mother in the household, it mentally helps you prepare yourself. So even though you may be fidgety or whatever the case may be, when you have that stability at home, sometimes you just learn how to deal with it. When you don't have that, you just are kind of all over the place, right? One thing that I don't agree with in the system a lot is it seems like our drawback, the thing that we want to do first is prescribe kids medication right off the bat, right? Like, let's go ahead and get this kid prescribed. Like, let's just get him on something and maybe that'll make him better, right? I've never been a fan of medication. I hate it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Sometimes people need it. They do need that to help them. I've never been a fan. I just don't like putting anything in my body. I feel like I should be able to do it on my own, right? But the other thing is the therapy, right? Like, I've been going to therapists since before I can remember, man. They've always took me to see somebody to talk to. And in the beginning, you talk to these people, but those people tend to change a lot. And the difference is when you're older and you're seeking therapy, it's a lot easier for you to be like, oh, I'm going to see these people because they're going to help me get out of my head. When you're younger, you grow bonds to every person that you meet. Especially if you've watched any of my videos, it'll tell you, like, you become, especially at a young age before you harden up, you grow bonds to these people. Everybody you meet has a purpose in your life, especially when you're younger. So when you meet these therapists, you bond with these therapists. So when that person's gone and another therapist comes in, then that person's gone, another therapist, then you harden to your therapist. And it gets you to a point to where I'm kind of at now. As far as when it comes to therapists, man, nothing against any of them. I know there's good ones out there, people that really enjoy their job, but it gets you to a point where it's just a job for these guys. And you notice that. And when you notice that as a young age, it's a hard thing, man, because it's hard to go in there and talk to these guys. How do I have a conversation with a guy that gets paid to see me? He goes home, he doesn't think about my problems. They don't care about my problems. But that may or may not be the truth, but that's how I feel. That's how I wind up taking it after a while. When you change up so many therapists, you became hands-on. And I've actually got a couple stories, which I'll share at a different time in a different video. So look out for that. But about actual interactions with therapists, one good, one really bad, that I'll explain a little bit more about why. But these people coming in and out of your life are like anyone else that'll come in your life and out of your life. When those people are here and then they're gone, you harden up to the fact of trying to tell people your inner demons, your secrets, your problems. So it gets to a point where you go in there that's so redundant that you have to go over everything all over again, right? Like this person that I thought I was talking to before, they knew everything. I told them everything. They knew why I was the way I was. They knew my hardships coming up. And now to build onto it, it's like Legos. As I go through the system, I'm building on more stuff. And I got to start all the way back at square root one telling these people how I feel. Nah, man. Like after a while, you get to a point like, look, man, I ain't got time for this. I ain't really trying to have these conversations. And that, unfortunately, becomes the new you. So trying to see therapists later on in life is hard because you can't help but to stare at these people like, you just get paid to do this. I don't really want to have a conversation with you. Why do you care? When it's all said and done, you're going to go back home to your family happy. Me now, even after I have a family, I don't really want to talk to you about it. I'll deal with it myself. I've dealt with it this long. Why not? And that's a horrible way to see things when I know there is guys out there or people out there that can help you. So, you know, I just want to touch on that a little bit and let people know, like, those are the thoughts you think of therapists when you get older. Now, as far as medication's concerned, when you feel like you've been drugged up your whole life, like people just drugging you up, after a while, man, you don't want to put that stuff in your body no more. Maybe it did help. Maybe it did help you focus, right? But you don't want to put that in your body no more because after a while, you feel like it took away who you was. I literally watched Ritalin when I was taking so much of it completely changed the type of character I had. You know, it was at one point that I was this very hyperactive kid, and even though I was hyperactive, I was fun-loving and joking to a point where I mellowed out, and I was very just, you know, I think Cat Williams said it best, like you hit a wall, and you just really simmer down and simmer off, and yeah, that may not be a bad thing, but in a way it is because the inner me's not coming out, so no one really sees that other side of me now. So I gotta wait for that to wear off before I am who I am. And I'm on this stuff 2-3 times a day. So my whole day is mellowed out. And that then begins to add this either, and I've seen it go both ways, either where you just don't want this stuff or you become addicted to pills. Like people want to take this in their body because it makes them feel a certain type of way. And that leads a gateway to the next one. And I'm not saying it's everyone. I'm just saying from my experience of what I see. Anyway, hopefully you understand a little bit more about therapy and medication in the system. As for coming to the show, I appreciate you guys being here. You're watching Let's Talk TV. This is Mac, and until next time, I'll see you then.
I've been running this so long. I've been on my dollar.